Hey, what is up, Transformers fans? Well, this is it, Brian. Our trailer is about to drop.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Oh yeah, then let's drop it.
Here it comes. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Go.
The Transformers 1 trailer starts now.
Do you want to do it? That's good. I like that.
I like it too. The Transformers 1 trailer starts now.
Transformers 1 is the latest installment into the Transformers franchise, giving us a look into the past and witnessing the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron. And don't worry, my friends, this will be a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't seen the movie, then you don't have to worry about any spoilers. However, if there is anything specific you want me to talk about from the movie, don't worry, I will be releasing my spoiler review soon. But back to Transformers 1, this movie is absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it has its issues, but I'll get to those later. I wasn't sure if the reviews were overhyping this movie or not, and then I saw the movie, and this is definitely a worthy contender for the best animated movie of the year. First off, let's talk about the animation. At first, I was a bit conflicted. I had some expectations going into the first trailer, and I definitely didn't think it was going to look like this, but there is no doubt about it, the animation looks absolutely stunning. Talking about the comedy in the movie, I'd say it can be a bit too much at times.
Until next time, legends.
But as the movie progresses, it begins to slow down a bit, and we start to see the darker tone of the movie stand out. Speaking of that, this movie has a very noticeable darker undertone throughout, and I think it's one of the biggest props that I can give this movie. I'd honestly say that some of the darker scenes in this movie are, without a doubt, the best scenes in the movie. If not, some of these scenes are some of the best in the franchise that we've gotten in a really, really long time. Talking a bit about the characters, Orion Pax is a really strong protagonist, and he has a very strong sense of hope throughout the movie and just wanting to make things change, wanting to make things different from the lives that they have now, and it just makes it really easy to root for him in my opinion. And the friendship between him and D16 works really well too, and you really get a good idea of these guys' relationship and how they get themselves through tough situations. Bumblebee is also in this movie in the form of B-127, which was also the title given to him in the Bumblebee movie. But B is definitely the comedic relief of the movie, and at times he's a bit too much. Some of his jokes drag on a bit longer than I'd like them to, but as I said earlier, it kind of slows down as the movie's plot moves forward. I'll admit, Alita 1 is definitely the weakest character of the group, but she's by no means bad. She has plenty of great action sequences and proves herself to be an important character by the end. Lastly, D16. In my opinion, I thought he was written really well. One nitpick that I had with him that I'll get to in my spoiler review, but it really just has to do with the transition from D16 to Megatron. I feel it's a bit rushed, and a lot of other reviewers seem to have the same opinion. Talking about some of the action sequences, and even just the scenes where they're just standing there admiring Cybertron, man, these scenes are absolutely stunning. I've heard from other reviewers that some of the action sequences are a little hard to follow, but, I mean, have you seen the Bay movies? But just the scenes where they're looking at Cybertron, this planet that is literally alive, and, man, the animation just makes it look so good. That trailer... The first trailer, that one shot in the trailer, where they're standing on the train and they're looking out at Cybertron, the surface of Cybertron for the first time.
The surface.
It's beautiful.
It's just that feeling through a lot of the movie. And when the action sequences come around towards the end of the movie, because it's a pretty action-free movie until we get to the latter half of it, man, they're so smooth and clean, and obviously you can tell who the characters are when they're fighting, and it's so cool to watch. Really, the only way that I can describe it is if you see the movie for yourself. But of course, the main focus of this movie is Orion Pax and D16, or Optimus Prime and Megatron. Of course, I don't think it's really a spoiler to say that D16 turns into Megatron and Orion Pax turns into Optimus Prime. Us Transformers fans, and even just casual viewers watching the trailers, knew that that was going to happen. And it is definitely the strong suit of the movie. I mean, it has to be. It's the focus of the movie. And it is done so brilliantly. I will touch on it more in my spoiler review, but I think it's the heart of the film. It's emotional, and it's sad, and it it made me a little angry. Even though I knew it was going to happen, it still had me emotionally driven, and it kept me interested throughout the whole movie. But I think that's all I have to say. So, I will give this movie a 9 out of 10 as a Transformers fan, and as a casual viewer or a critic, I will give it an 8 out of 10. But that's really all I have time for in this review, so let me know what you want me to talk about in the spoiler review, and I will see you in another video.
We roll out.
What?
Louder.
Transform and roll out!
We won't stand for defeat.